Hi guys, Mike here, and I wanted to give you a little overview of my new radius dresser. I have a little job I want to do that's going to require dressing a radius on a grinding wheel on my surface grinder, and I didn't have a radius dresser, so I went shopping on eBay looking around to see what they had. I'm pretty familiar with the last word style radius dressers that for those of you that have done some of this work in the past. I saw prices all over the map. I saw some of those were within, well, I saw some of those that were up to like $1,500, and some of the real beaters were, you know, down around $300 or $400. They are really nice. They work really well. But while I was looking, I saw this little radius dresser, and this is a Chinese model. It looks to be well finished, and I've never used one like this. It supposedly is an optical, has some optics. You can look down through the spindle and see the diamond in relationship to your grinding wheel, and it does magnify somewhat. So anyway, I'd never used one of these, and I was kind of intrigued, and they were cheap. I think I paid something in the neighborhood of like $160 or something like that for this. So I just wanted to show you this. I'm going to use this and attempt to do the dressing work that I have coming up. We'll see how it works, but just a little overview here. This thing works a lot like other radius dressers in as much as, you know, you put a diamond in the end here and you swing it, and you can stop at a certain degree on your wheel and blend out an angle. But it feels real smooth. Here's the stops over here. You know, it's a little awkward. And these little stops slide. See, they kind of get jammed. They're kind of wedged. They're wedge stops, and they kind of get jammed in there. But let's see. There. And so you just slide this stop up. Let's say if you want to end on a radius blended into a 45-degree angle, you know, there's graduations across here, so you just flip this up to 45-degree angle, push this stop up here, tighten it down, and you can see how that works. Then to do the angle dressing, you loosen it up here, and you just by hand slide this back and forth. Now, and your hand is up in close proximity to the grinding wheel, so you have to be a little careful, but it's not a big issue, I don't think. And you just slide this back and forth. If I can figure out how to loosen, if I got an Allen wrench here, I'll loosen that up and show you. So this is how you achieve your angle dressing. You just loosen this up, and you can just slide this piece back and forth. It slides pretty smooth, but we'll see when there's grit flying all over if that continues. So like I say, this is unproven technology to me. So now this comes with the whole board to hold your diamond. You can use you could put a diamond with a shank diameter of a ½ inch in there, or you can use this little adapter that has an 1/8 inch hole in it, so you could use a very inexpensive 1/8 shanked diamond. I have some of those on order, but I also have some diamonds that'll drop right into that hole. So to set your center height, there's a couple different ways to do it. It's the center height from the base is marked here in millimeters. So you could get a reading over some gauge blocks or your Cadillac gauge and indicate across the top of the diamond to set it at the right height. And that's this adjustment right here. You can see. So here's an alternate way to set the diamond up for the particular radius you want to dress on a wheel. This little setup block here is designed to where when you position it on this surface, if you push the diamond right up until it touched the inside ground surface here, the diamond would be set exactly on center. In other words, a neutral radius, if you will. So if you took and put a stack of Joe blocks on either side of this surface right here, you could set this over your stack of Joe blocks, push the diamond up till it touches here, lock it down, and you would be able to dress a concave radius. So everything's all ground in, and I checked it out. It's within 3 or 4 tenths of square all around. And so now my little vise is back in business. Got all that screwy rust off of there. And yeah, I'm happy with it. Just to give you an idea what we look like here. It's an oldie but a goodie. So that's all we have for now, guys, and I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed doing this project, and we'll see you on the next one. So this is Mike signing out.